Hey, I'm Paul Cox, and I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to John Calvin's Illustrated Institutes, Knowing God and Knowing Ourselves, Book 1, Chapters 1 through 5. This is a book that I worked on with Martin and Joy Williams as the writers and P&R Publishing as the publisher. It is a illustrated adaptation of the Institutes of the Christian Religion by John Calvin, and I'd like to show you a little bit what it looks like inside. So here we have the cover, John Calvin's Illustrated Institutes, Knowing God and Knowing Ourselves. Now it's book 1, chapters 1 through 5. That means this is from book 1 means volume 1 of the Institutes. So what we're doing is we're going through and we're adapting all of John Calvin's Institutes into these little comic books. So each volume, there are 4 volumes of his Institutes, and so each of those volumes is going to be split up into 4 of these little books. So by the end of the time that these are all created, there will be 16 of these little booklets, and on the side we've got the number of which book this is in the series. Martin and Joy, they adapted John Calvin's Institutes very well. They adapted it into a comic book script for me to work from, and they made it accessible. It's very, very easy to read and understand. It's not so dense, so it's not such a daunting read as if you were just to pick up one of the volumes of Calvin's Institutes. But they were able to keep all of the theological richness of the Institutes, which I absolutely love. So inside, when you open the book, we have a little description of who John Calvin is, and then who his guests are that follow along with him throughout the adventures of this book. So we follow along with Theo and Geneva and their cat named Luther. So they all travel with John Calvin through time and space as they explore the theology of the Reformation, John Calvin's systematic theology of the Institutes. We have John Calvin's original letter to the reader. I believe it's condensed down or adapted from the original and adapted from the original letter to the King Francis of France. Okay, and we got a little illustration of him right there. Chapter 1 starts out knowing God and knowing ourselves. And it just starts out talking about how true knowledge starts with knowing God and why we cannot know ourselves without the light of God. And so throughout it in RefToons style, I illustrate these various concepts in different ways here and there. So we've got some exciting adventures that everybody's going on through here. We talk about why every person has a sense of religion that they hold to. How sin twists that into false and dangerous religions. In the back of each chapter, there are chapter summaries and questions for discussion and meditation. This is great for like family devotions if you want to do that and go through this with your kids for homeschooling, youth groups, personal study. And chapter 3, we have the seed of religion in every heart. More study questions, and then where you can actually find this in the actual institutes. Chapter 4, the corrupted seed of religion. And then chapter 5, knowing God through creation and providence. So it's really just a systematic theology set to comic book. I absolutely loved working on this and bringing Martin and Joy's script to life. Again, I just loved the faithful adaptation of the Institutes and how they were able to keep that rich theology intact while also making it accessible for younger readers and older readers as well, like myself. But I would say it's a perfect entry into Calvin if you want something that is more approachable than getting into his full volume of the Institutes. Some of my my favorite page to do was this underwater scene. I just thought it was really fun to create Calvin in this underwater suit and show the this underwater community of fish, which I thought was really fun to draw. And there's a lot of other parts that were really fun to draw, but overall, I just really loved being able to work on this, and I'm excited to get into the next 15 books. And just a little update: the second book I've completed all of the artwork and have submitted it to the publisher for review, and I'm just waiting on the feedback for that book before we go into publishing and printing it. You can grab this at reftoons.com. That's RefToons, RefToons.com. I have some signed copies available in a gift box, and if you want it signed, you can always just add that in the notes section at the checkout page, and I would happily sign it for you, but that's only at reftoons.com. It's also available at P&R Publishing's website, which is prpbooks.com. You can also find it on Amazon and Westminster Bookstore. I'll have all the links in the description below. Have you read it? Do you have thoughts on any of these chapters, questions on the theology and art? Just put that right in the comments section of this video, and I'd be happy to answer those questions for you, or even make another video answering your questions. Thanks again for tuning in. Check out this video for more RefToons stuff.